What up, my guy? It's like drumline over here. I'm beating the shit out that drum today, man. But what's up with y'all, man? It's NBA Talk with Jay and the Shark. We back. It's another day, man. Life is good. Every day we're here, man. Just live it up, man. We're gonna try to make things good. We'll try to keep cash and makes things better. What's up with you, Shark? Everything cool with you, my brother?
Absolutely. Sitting out back here in Florida, my last week in Florida. So people have been asking when I'm going to be in Pennsylvania. May 1st, mark the date. It's not a meetup at my new place, but we will be shooting the shit big time in the Northeast. And, of course, it's a beautiful day here. Talk to NBA basketball, April 20th, 2022. 3 games on the card, NBA playoffs, game 2 and 3, where we can find access top plays. Jay Money, lead the way. Let's talk about it.
Hey, cuz just asked about where the shirt at, man. I'm gonna have to pop them things up. They come out next Friday, but I'm gonna have to put them up on the website, man. If y'all want to go ahead and see what they're looking like, y'all want to go ahead and throw an order on them things, man. We might have to pop them up on. I was gonna do it on Friday, but we'll see, man. We'll see. Maybe we debut it on Friday, but you can't get them until next Friday. But it's all business here, guys. But the shirts. It's coming soon, man. We're thinking about charging for some plays. We're like, you know what? We're just gonna put these shirts out, and y'all, hopefully y'all support, and we keep coming out here giving free picks, man. Let's get some cash. But we got the Celtics here, Shark, laying 3.5, right? It's a tough game in game. So the Celtics have beaten them 5 straight times now, going back to regular season, right? When will the Nets get some revenge? They had their game the last one. Then Tatum with the nice little spinoff there. What you think about this one? Can the Nets keep it close once again? KD had a bad game. He'll probably have a much better game. Kyrie flicking off the fans, going at it. They're pissing him off. What you think, Shark? What do you like in this one, my brother?
This is a tough game for me, and I say this every time we talk about this series. It's just a tough series for me. I think it's very sharp on the number. And, of course, we have to go back to the regular season. I mentioned it before. Last game of the regular season, 126-120. That line did finish at 6, so it was a push. And, of course, you saw game 1. Game 1 was a showcase to how playoff basketball should be. 2 top teams going back and forth, a game of runs. And when it really came down to the final buzzer, of course, Jason Tatum off a nice dish from a man, Marcus Smart, getting his act together there. But Brooklyn had that game in hand. Brooklyn had an awful, awful final possession. Up, obviously, a bucket. Kyrie Irving held the ball for most of the shot clock, tried to dribble drive right, flipped it to KD, way too late. An awful, awful iso ball possession to really create that game. But I think the key point in capping these games is line functionality, and we're starting to see it as the series goes on. When you open up at -4 and you hold at -4 in the previous game and you don't cover it, it comes in at -3.5. I talked about this in the regular season. You see much bigger gaps, 5, 7, 10-point gaps. In the postseason, game to game, even a hook moving down shorter is telling you that books are telling you now in a quadruple. I believe they've lost 4 in a row. They did win the first one early season, 123-104 in Boston. But 4 straight losses here and trending towards a win. When you're on the road and you push and then you cover a +4 and probably should have won the game, you are trending to a win here. I'm not going official, but I would definitely not advise people to take the Celtics here tonight. Jay, talk to me.
Yeah, and like you said, it was 4.5 last game as well, down to 3.5 in this one. We saw that Pelicans game last night. We're like, hold on, Suns down to 10.5. Now it's sitting at 10, even bumped down to 9.5 now. So especially in the playoffs, it's all the more microscopic as well, because if they really feel like it's a toss, then they'll just set it 3 points and go ahead and get up out of there and let the market give away with it. So I do lean the Nets here. I must say, I do worry about the psychology. Like, obviously, you're supposed to win a game, and then last second shot, it's like, fuck, man. Now it's like, we did all that to win. That was Shark. I'm watching the end of the game. I'm like, I need the Nets to win so that I can take the Celtics next game. You see what I'm saying? But then when the Celtics won, then I'm like, fuck, it messed up everything, because I really feel like the Nets had one of those type of games. That was their game to win in Boston. So this game worries me. I'm staying off of it, but I'm with you, Shark. I would like to lean this. I don't have a cent on it, guys. So I always say that if I don't let me talk you off something, if I don't have an official play on it, I stayed off of it. I'd like to lean this, but it's a tough one for me, though, man. But I had to pull up to the arena, Scotiabank Arena. You see what I'm saying? Talk to my guy Friday. He stayed right down the street. But y'all see the Jumbotron right there, man? We got this. We in the 6th right now. I just went to holler at Drake. See what I'm saying? He said that he may have paid the refs a little bit to stop calling so many fouls for Embiid. Now, I'm messing with y'all. I mess with y'all, but I like the Raptors here, man. Down 0-2. This is a J Money spot, man. This is where this is what I come through in. 0-2. coming back to the house, max desperation spot. You go down 0-3, Shark. The series is over. It's all but over. You see what I'm saying? You had in that game 3, it's everything. It's your Super Bowl. You have to come out with something with a hot start. The crowd will be into it as well. I like this spot for him. I took him first quarter -0.5, first half -1. I still like it at -1.5 first half and -1 for the first quarter as well, Shark. I still lean Raptors full game. I hadn't taken it, Shark. What are we doing in this one? I like the hat.
Well, on a suddenly not so casual, April 20th, 2022, the buy hat is engaged. I bought this hat last summer with good intentions in mind, and they're finally coming to fruition here on a beautiful winning Wednesday afternoon. Jay said it. I'll continue on it. A lot going on here. The first thing you have to look at is forget the teams, forget the dynamic, forget the rosters. Look at the line split. This is fascinating stuff. When you are +1.5 for the game, but you are favored in the first quarter and the first half, that is rare territory in sports betting. I will repeat that. That is rare territory in sports betting, and it's when books are telling you a numerical weighting story. They're telling you the Raptors are 0-5 ATS last 5 ball games dating back to the back end of the regular season. They did come out incredibly lackluster in game 1, first quarter and first half. They did get there in the first quarter of game 2, showing signs of improvement. And a crucial point, the last 2 times the Raptors came off a road game and came home, they caught the Cleveland Cavaliers and won the trifecta, hammered them first quarter, hammered them first half, hammered them game, and even more impressive, off a road first quarter cover, which is exactly what this is coming home, hammered Miami in the first quarter and hammered Miami in the second quarter. They did melt that down the stretch, but that is symptomatic to what they have done against the East at home since January 25th. They are 9-1 straight up against Eastern playoff teams. Repeat it again. They are 9-1 straight up against Eastern playoff teams since January 25th. The only loss that melt to Miami, which of course was Kyle Lowry coming back into Toronto. Extreme extra motivation in the second half. And you really look at what's going on here. Desperation, motivation. As you said, Scotiabank Arena up in the 6. Let's go 6-0. Let's go 6-0 tonight. Top 3 plays. First quarter -1, first half -1, and game +1.5. Jay, let's dominate.
I like it, bro, because the spots that I go to, they don't have first quarter, first half. So if I'm gonna play something there, it's gonna have to be the Ravs full game. I'm gonna put a small play in on it, man. But yeah, first quarter, first half, the top spots here. I know a lot of people hit me up. The Sixers are a lot better team. You know what? This is what I love. What people say. We don't get to the next game, but I love when people say I've seen nothing that shows me that they're gonna. It's not always like. Just to talk it out, when teams go down 0-2, you got to remember they were the underdogs, like they're supposed to. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like you're supposed to go down 0-2 and then win those next 2 at the house if you can hang. If you can't hang, then you go down 0-3. But I think that the Raptors can hang with the Sixers. I don't know if the 76ers have that killer instinct to where they can put their foot down as well. And it definitely is not coming in the first quarter, first half. I'm glad you said this, Shark. It's a damn good corollary as well. You can cover it on the road in game 2, showing a lot more signs of strength and having to guard and beat the rest of the team. Now you're going to have your home crowd around you as well. The Sixers, maybe a little bit fat and happy after winning 2 already, man. I like them first quarter, first half. The full game will be a smaller play for him, but the Raptors first quarter, first half, my top spots. Let's go over to the streets of Milwaukee here, Shark. Got to get some water. What you like in this game, brother?
Well, hat change, a little light out back here in Florida as we try to assimilate a nice little hat transition. Another buy hat also
I'll change the shades. I don't know.
I bought this hat about 4 years ago with great intentions back then as well. And we find Milwaukee here in a spot they just love to ball. Jay and I were talking about this off the record. He's a little apprehensive. I am not apprehensive. And what you're looking at here is really what Milwaukee does in game 2 at home. Go back to last year. We referenced this before when we took the fade correctly. We know when to fade. We know when to buy. Last year, round 1, 109-107 against Miami. Came back night 2, an absolute obliteration. 132-98, 46-20 in the first quarter. That was a bit of an outlier. You can't expect them to necessarily go up 26 points in the first quarter here, but slightly later on, off a tank game 1 in the Eastern Conference Finals to Atlanta, an outright loss. They came back against Atlanta in game 2. Much more impressive trifecta, 125-91. And again, a trend that's developing here as well. overs, more points, more pace. 132 points in the second game, 125 in the second game. And final point, when you go to the regular season, Jay, we had said this again when we took Chicago on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
The first game of the regular season this year was a low-scoring dud, 94-90. And then it came back the second game in Milwaukee, 126-98. I see a similar game here tonight. I think Milwaukee comes out here, lays down the hammer early, and keeps it going throughout the game. This is a collaboration trifecta with Punt School. He's moving in Australia. Of course, Top Dogs, Jay and the Shark, always here for you guys at your service. Top 3 plays in this game for me. First quarter, -3.5, -6 half, and -10 game. One final point, Jay, I will make a point on this. I know the line is coming down. It was 10.5. It's coming down. I looked into this. In the Miami series last year, after the tank, in the first game, it did come down, and they still hammered them. And in the Atlanta series, off the tank, it came up and they hammered them. So it seems like no matter what they do with the line, Milwaukee still turns up in this spot tonight.
Yeah, that's a good point there. Like I said, I don't have anything official, man. And I really hate to, because I'm not hating on the play, and I hope you cash. It's just the way that I was looking at it. I know we cashed the Bulls in the first one, just to give you guys my logic the way I look at games. The fact that this is what I've noticed over the past couple of years, that when the team owns another team over the regular season, 4 straight games, like you saw with the Celtics winning 3 straight in the regular season over the Nets, they came out with something in that game 1, like, okay, we have to at least prove to ourselves that we can at least stay close with this team, especially in the playoffs as well. I don't trust the Bucks laying double digits as well. So I've been kind of fading this team all year. I had a nice size play on the Bulls in the first game. It wasn't looking good at first. Could have got blown out, but they showed that they wanted to hang with this team. And the main thing is DeRozan had a terrible shoot night. I agree with him. He's not having that type of night again, but I know the Bucks didn't play well as well. So like I say, man, this is a tough one for me, Shark. I could see, like you saying, the Bucks come out here smacking them up. The only difference from last year is the Heat. They had big revenge versus them from the previous season. The Heat had put them out of the playoffs, so they had playoff revenge. That's why they went in there and swept them boys. And they hadn't just won a title; they were hungry then. Now you kind of won one, get a little bit of complacency. But and all this. So look, what do you think with this one, Shard? You think it's another under spot, or you think this one goes over?
I think this is leaning towards more points. I mean, obviously, when you go so far under the previous game, what was it, 93-87? It was just an absolute dud. But again, this is what I'm talking about. When you see such specific corollaries, home game 1 regular season, super low, 94-90, and then all of a sudden 126-98. And I want to make one point on that. I understand that obviously the motivation against Miami was gigantic, but the motivation against Atlanta was not so gigantic. And also, the motivation to keep obliterating Chicago, they have won now 17 out of the last 18 versus Chicago, and they were 3-1 in the regular season. It just speaks to a dynamic. And I don't think you necessarily need to have a team that just absolutely pisses you off like the Heat somehow do. I just think this is what they do in game 2. I think they feel out game 1. They don't bring a big energy. I mean, you saw it. They came out, they were up 31-16 in the first quarter, and that was the game. They did not play the rest of the game. They played about 9 minutes in the first quarter, and then they just coasted the game. So I think that this is just a spot they have to turn up. And again, we have to, discuss this a little bit. This is the playoffs, and this is not like they've won 9 straight titles. They've won 1. So, I mean, and this is a wide-open Eastern Conference. I mean, I know a lot of people are really bullish on the Heat. The Heat are obviously a hugely professional unit. But I do think the Bucks are a dark horse to make a run here because I think they coasted the regular season with the intention of turning up here. So
yeah, that's one thing. I do think that that's me personally. I think they get put out in the second round max. I don't even have in front of me the bracket, but I wouldn't see them get past. I think the Celtics, I take the Celtics, the Nets, or the Heat. I think any three of those would take down the Bucks. I don't see them getting past them this year. They don't have the defense. The last year they really had the defense to show that they're locking down. That's what they won with, right? And I mean, obviously Kevin Durant, the Nets almost got past them even without Kyrie. If they saw the Nets or the Celtics, especially if they get Robert Williams back, they will definitely put the Bucks out of the playoffs as well. But definitely if they go up against the Heat once again, the Heat would get their revenge with PJ Tucker this time around. So I like the Bucks, but I feel like the whole reason why I've been fading them this year is because complacency. And I know it's a playoffs now, but I don't know. I still think that this is the last thing I'm gonna say. I think the Bucks are overvalued in the market, and I don't think that they're that good. Their defense is definitely not that good to be playing tickets. But another thing, last thing on this game, if I don't have anything official, and my guy Shark is on the show, even if you're not on the show, I hope you cash. Everybody in the chat, guys. If I don't have some official, my money's not on the other side, I hope you cash. It's us against the books. You see what I'm saying? Smack them motherfuckers up. Take them up to Smack City. I hope you hit them. Trifecta Smack City. I did not bet the Bulls, my guys. Shirts. Let's talk about some shirts here, my guys. Any shirt that you like, I'll throw the J Money and Shark is not on there yet, but I'll throw it up on there tonight. Like I say, the shirts won't be able to get mailed out. I won't even get them until next Friday. So I'll put them up on the site. It will be a pre-order from now. I'll put that on the site as well. Pre-order. They'll be shipped out next Friday. But if you want to go ahead and get it, hey, we appreciate you guys for the support, man. Let's get some cash. It's the bookies paying for it anyway, right, Shark? But let's go ahead and get to some cash, man. What you liking on today's card, Shark?
Yeah, absolutely. And one final point I want to make on the Eastern playoff race. The Eastern playoff race is incredibly hard to predict this year. Incredibly hard to predict, which is why it's a great product to watch. I don't think anybody can really put on paper that they think unequivocally, without any shadow of a doubt, that one of these teams is just an absolute favorite to win. I could really see Miami, Milwaukee, Boston, Brooklyn, Philly. I mean, who knows? It's wide open, and that's why it's such a great product on the court now. We complain about the regular season. We got to appreciate this as fans. Speaking of appreciating as fans, we are betting tonight. We got 6 units at risk. Obviously, the Bucks players are engaged here at 9:30 p.m. First quarter -3.5, first half -6, game -10. And as I mentioned before, Toronto Raptors standing up here tonight. Great dynamic, great double revenge, yes. 0-5 last 5 ATS first half, 9-1 last 10 at home straight up for the game against Eastern playoff teams. And this is just the spot of all spots for a team that is an ex-championship unit, laid down 2 on the road and needs to turn up here. 6 top plays, 9 words of lifestyle. Ride away, we got the water. Shirts are coming. They're absolute fire. We appreciate you guys for interacting with us daily and growing the channel with us. The beginning is right now. Playoff season is here. It's a beautiful day in April. It's Winning Wednesday. Jay Money, a pleasure. Close them out and let's dominate.
It's always a pleasure, my guys. I'm at Scotiabank Arena right now. I see top level intensity, top level of desperation as well. This is desperate. I see not really a ton of pressure, but let's just say the crowd will be behind them as well. And I always say this: when the refs, they maybe the NBA like more games as well. Man, nobody wants to see a sweep, guys. It's just bad all the way around, man. But regards to that, even without full game, man, I will be on. I'm already on Raptors first quarter -0.5. I like it -1 as well. I'm on first half -1. I like the -1, 1.5 as well. I'll put a little bit of something on it with you guys as well, man. And I still like the full game. I say one of the spots I can only bet full games. The Raptors only game that I like enough to bet, so I'll put some on them to stave off getting swept here. The Sixers, they got to prove it to me. They could go up 3-0. Yeah, Joel Embiid's unstoppable, but I don't see it, man. These guys they're not. I don't think they have it in them. You dig what I'm saying? So I'll pay to see jmoneyismoney.com, man, for the shirts. I'll put them up on there tonight. Anybody want to support J Money and the Shark? We appreciate you guys. And if anybody would like to bet as well, I'll be taking series price next series versus they are in the same bracket as the Nets versus Celtics. So I'll be all over that. Anybody else, man, hey, I don't think the Bucks get past the second round, man. But it's all love and respect. I don't have the Bulls tonight, guys. So Shark, I hope you cash that trifecta spot, my guy. And let's cash the Raptors trifecta as well. Let's get up out of here. We headed to the 6. Play some Drake one time for the one time. Let's get up out of here. Just hold on. We're going home. All right, we out, my guys. Get some cash.